We thought of having it circuits.
Well, call it
KG circuits.
KG circuits.
Yeah,
Circuits.
kids illa. Kids. Circuits da.
Circuits.
அது சேர்த்து போடலாம்
அதான்.
Circuits.
நல்லா இருக்கா? இல்ல வேற ஏதாச்சும்? I'm not imposing. Some other name.
TikTok சைட் குள்ள தான இருக்கு.
TikTok ஏன்னா நிறைய இடத்துல இது இப்போ இதே பேர்ல நிறைய இருக்கு.
KG டாக்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கீங்க. ஆனா தியேட்டர் மாதிரி இருக்கு.
ஆல்ரெடி கேஜிட்டாக்கு ஓகே.
Phone?
One.
Yes.
Yeah, let it be anywhere.
அப்ப வெளிய.
Nothing will come.
Open source.
బాగుంటుంది ఈ ప్లాన్
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dushyant, and first of all, I would like to thank everyone for spending your weekend times with us. And today I'm going to start. I want to present about FB chatbots. We already have some idea about chatbots, right? I just want to convey how to create this. That means how to deploy the chatbots in few simple steps. Okay, that's Facebook giving very let's say very easy way to deploy and create chatbots. Okay, so this is the agenda for my presentation: introduction to chatbot and my FB Messenger for chatbots, and what are the tools we need, and coding and Q&A. Coding is not much more detailed. I will explain very simple. Thus, before that, is there any people who knows JavaScript? Okay. I'm going to use JavaScript for the development. It's very easy to understand this. So, what is chatbot? A computer program designed to simulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. Actually, we already met so many chatbots in our real life. Let's say in flight tickets, and sometimes now Pizza Domino's have chatbots to make the order. And is there any other way you have seen chatbots in your day-to-day life? Medical and some other
Insurance also we have.
insurance
Policies.
policy.
ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டேன்
Any other? Okay, I think
just started
we can say that chatbots are replacing BPOs,
wrong
something like call center. Chatbots that actually replacing some human interactions, direct human interaction with the support team. It's like a cost-cutting manner. It handles multiple requests at the same time, so we are using chatbots. And I'm choosing FB as messenger platform to develop my chatbot. And why? It's easy to develop, and it has integrated natural language processing. Human will speak in many terms, right? Let's say if I know English very well, I will speak with grammar. I will speak exact grammar sentence. If someone don't know grammar, or they have some knowledge about English, then they will speak with some words only. We have to understand the context, right? So when we do the program, we have to handle these two scenarios. So for that case, we are using NLP, natural language processing. When a human says, we have to extract the content or intent from the text which is given by the user. Okay. And easy to reach target audience, that means very easy to deploy and easy to reach out many people, because everyone have Facebook account right now. Hope everyone. I think so. And free admin panel. Actually, when we create a chatbot or we are creating our own chat platform, we should have the admin panel. But for Facebook, by default, they are having some admin panel, because we are creating a one Facebook page, and on that page we have the admin panel. The admin panel, we can see who are the users who inquiry with us, and what are the messages they send, and we can get the analytics and everything also. So, and payment gateway integration and flight ticket integration, receipts, and there are so many integrations that can be done with FB Messenger. Okay. So, what are the tools we need? We need Node.js, Python, Java, or any other language, programming language that can act as an API, and internet connection, and an FB account. Okay, so we can start the steps. Let's say we can start with, first we have to go to this URL and create an app, and there's one option called try test drive, and I'll show you how it is. I already logged in with my credential. So, yeah. I'm going to create a new app. We can do in some different manner. We'll try with some other, right? Go to docs, and here we have Messenger. Messenger tab. Here we have getting started. We can click start building, and here we have the try test drive in this option. It will ask us, it will give some steps what we have to be follow to create this test chatbot. Actually, Facebook is simplifying the development, core development. They are giving one boilerplate. We can write some more codes to integrate our own things. So we have to accept the policy. We need a Node.js, but I already installed, so I skipped this part. So let's say next, and I have to give a name to my node. There are some naming conventions there. The name should start with, the first letter should start with caps, uppercase, and you should have all other text as lowercase. So here, once we complete these steps, it will create our boilerplate. That means the base of the code base. It will create the code base, and we can download the code. for developing Facebook chatbot, we need a live URL. Live URL means it has to be up when Facebook sends a request to that URL. That should return some values, right? So when we do the development in our local system, we don't have that kind of facility to expose our system as a server as into the public system, right? So we are using another platform called Glitch. Glitch is an open source platform. We can create some simple projects, web-based projects. We can use Node.js or Python Flask framework. So once I download the code, I'll extract the code. Here, this is the file. This is the code base which is given by Facebook. I'll just copy and open it on the editor. Here you see, it will automatically create this code. Okay, and here we have some configuration, and in that configuration we have some tokens to connect with Facebook. Okay. Now here, set up your bot. So we extracted the things. That means we want to start the local server. Instead of that, we are going to live it on public hosting. So go next. This is where we have to tell, we have to give our URL. Here my bot is running, something like that. So for this one, I am going for glitch.com. Here we can create a new project. Hello Express. If you're familiar with Node.js, there's a framework called Express.js. It's help to create APIs and some simple JavaScript applications. So we are creating Express application. In the code, what we get from the Facebook, here you can see the dependencies. Here we have the dependency called Express. This is the framework which we used for the development. Actually, it simplifies the code. Instead of writing so many codes, we are simplifying and we are writing minimal number of code to create a application server, web application. Okay. Here I have to copy these dependencies, and here I have package.json. The same file name will be there, and I have to replace here. The beauty of this glitch is when you add some dependencies, it will automatically install all those dependencies, and it will liven up all the time. This is the page. This is here the code will display this kind of page. So we are going to replace the downloaded code with these codes. So we replace with package.json and we have to replace the app.js. So I'm going to copy. So instead of copying all these things, I just need a simple comparison with my server.js. Here we have, okay, before Express I need these things. Okay. This value is already there, so we can remove this one. Now it's off. So app express is there and I'm not fixing the port because here we have some configuration for that. So I'm copying these three lines. Copy all these things. Here we have some error. The reason is here we have a config folder and there's a file called default.json. So we have to copy this one also. So creating a new file and here we have config and JSON. Now it's live. I copy this live URL and here. Now it's connected to the bot. We completed the chatbot. This is the only steps we have to follow to create a simple chatbot. We just copy and replacing the codes to a live URL. Here you can see this is the boilerplate, so it's saying that we have to give some type of numbers and values to check. See, it will generate different type of messages. Same button. The button will be there. So the ultimate idea is it's very simple to create a chatbot. Let me just copy and paste the boilerplate codes. Now I will explain a bit of the code, not much, and I'll explain a bit of this code. You just ignore all these things, and here we call a webhook. This is the main part of all chatbots. When we create a chatbot, we need to receive the data which is given by the user, right? Let's say when I say hi to a chatbot, I need to receive this data, and then only I can perform anything, and I can do a replay. So webhook is the integration. It will helps to do this connectivity. I have an external server, and the chat application is there. The chat application will send the data through the webhook. So this is the webhook connection. So there are some codes. No need to worry about it. This is a webhook. So the boilerplate will explain what it is, and the comments will be there. And I am focusing on the messages what we are receiving. Here we say the received message is an event. Here you can see there's a if condition. It starts with some kind of things, right? It's an echo, it's a quick reply, or it's a message text. If a message text means if it comes with hello or hi, what should I have to do? Send hi message. If it's an image, I have to send to this particular function. I have to call this function. Let's say everything is there. Video, file, button.
Default.
Default, Facebook giving this kind of
Sample
code. So if you know coding very well, you can modify however you want. So these are the functions, and it will call different kind of functions. Each function will have their own definition. It's very simple if you know programming language, any of the language. So otherwise also you can try some of the things. There is so many things are there, like quick reply, typing on, typing. You may see this indicator most of the times. So everything is like a trigger based. If you type something, they get the value and comes with the if condition, and it will perform something, right? This is how the chatbot is working. Okay, and I would like to show a demo what we created with Facebook. That's it. If I say hi, it comes with a response, and Facebook is saying that instead of going for natural language processing, make user to interact with this application, give buttons, give quick replies. Instead of typing, you will suggest all the possible outcomes, what user going to say next when you say something. That will be the best practice for creating the chatbot without any errors. So that's how we design this one. Let's say that I say just hi, it will saying that what are the things we can inquire with this bot. Let's say I say view products, it will show some button list kind of things. It's if I click this thing, it redirect to the page, a web page. So here view more products there, and back to main menu, employee inquiry. Here we have some inquiries, L&D policy. If you see this conversation, I don't need to type anything, right? Because everything is listed down again and again. So when I say I can click and go back again, and I can go for the next kind of enquiry, right? This is how Facebook need us to create the chatbots. This is what they are expecting, and this will be the easy way for the user also. Instead of typing A, B, C, they can just click, and they can get the information. They can go for the next level, right? So in this chatbot, we are using natural language processing. Instead of writing these things, I can say leave or annual leave, PL. There are some things are there. It will automatically identify that things, and it will explain what it is. Here you can see client enquiry. It will automatically ask, please enter the client numbers. If I go with this menu, also it will ask same thing. Here, client enquiry, and if I go with the buttons, and also asking the same value. This is what Facebook wants from the developer, and user also like this kind of things, right? So this is the chatbot, and this is how we can easily create the chatbots. Okay, so if you know many other languages, like say Java or any other thing, you can convert the Node.js code into Java, and you can write your own things. Let's say most of them have some more ideas about chatbots. Let's say, actually I have one idea. I need my expense manager. Let's say I am receiving my salary on some of the day. I want to know what are the expense I am doing, and I want to maintain that expense. So I will send some messages to my chatbot. It will maintain my account record. It's a very simple thing, and it can be used as a public one.
Which essentially means like we can add data to the chatbot, and this expense will be re-added, so we can view it back.
Yes. Instead of saying that add 15, so it will automatically add 15 to my account, expense or account. Something like that we can do. It can be a public one. For Facebook, we can use public one or internal one. You can make any kind of chatbots. Let's say in some of the companies will have some internal workplace, business workplace. That's called Facebook Enterprise Edition, called Business Workplace. There also you can implement the same things using a chatbot for leave, applying for a leave or HR inquiries. Let's say something, if you want to know the current openings in the company, let's say I can type jobs, something like that we can use. So this is the ultimate aim of chatbots. So we finished the chatbot, and here I want to show some message templates. We cannot use all type of messages in Facebook. We have some restriction on that one. This one called a generic template. If you go through that code, there will be a function called generic message. And this is a list template. And this is a button template. And this is a media template. And this is a receipt template. And there are a few more templates are there. One is called analytical template. Another one is called flight ticket template. If you are doing the chatbot for some booking or airways company, you can do the flight ticket, the boarding pass in the mobile itself, in the messenger. So this kind of things are there. Is there any questions? And that's all about Facebook. Hope in the client base, we face some real-time scenarios, let's say raising tickets and for IT or asking for some help from the IT. We can create a chatbot to intimate them, something like that. We can come up with this kind of ideas, and we can suggest something like that as a product to a customer.
So this one, okay, so the chatbot, you can actually type and you get responses, right? So just extrapolating a bit on the claims. So if I enter my claim number, will the chatbot be able to connect, say, to an external application and query back the data and populate it?
Yes, that one, it's depend on the ecosystem of the company, because if I want to query a client, the company should expose the client data through an API or any other web service, because some Node.js application going to pick some data from somewhere, right? One Node.js application going to pick the data, pick the client data and send that to Facebook. So how it's happened? The client data should be exposed in some of manner. Let's say it can be a API or direct access to the Node.js application, something like that. If there is a possibility, something like that, then we can do the client inquiry.
But again, this chatbot is purely for Facebook Messenger.
This integration is with Facebook only. I choose the platform Facebook to demonstrate the chatbot. For all other chat application, we have different kind of integration. We developed one for KG Hospital. It's in Slack platform, and even though Skype also have the chatbots, Domino's have chatbots in Skype platform. So you can order your pizza in the Skype.
So that is voice chatbots.
Sorry?
Voice, non-voice. This one is non-voice, right?
This one is non-voice. If you want to go for voice chatbots, you can use a device, something like Alexa, and Alexa is there, and Google Home is there, and Microsoft also have the voice recognition APIs. It's everything about the API code. If I speak something, what will happen is the audio is sent to an API and it will return the text, and the text will send back to another natural language processing and get the intent, and based on the intent we are doing some things and we exposing the audio to the device or the chat application again. That's how the flow will go on the chatbot. When we doing a chat, something goes like that.
When we say it's a natural language, so if the user type the short keywords like ENQ, something like that.
Yes.
Do we have any plugins?
Yes, I want to show a thing called this is called Bit AI. Actually, this is a company which is based in US. They started as a startup. Now this company was acquired by Facebook. This one have the natural language processing. You see that in the previous chatbot demo, I typed client and PL, something like that. So it's telling about the parental leave, something about the when you say PL. So when I say ML, here the ML is there. This is, I handle this ML code in my code as medical leave to give the data. Let's say show the here you see, when I type show the client details, it identify that user is requesting for client data. So I created the intent called client number. So I handle this client number intent in my code. Based on this, I am performing some. Here, it says that please enter your client number start with C, right? How I am identifying this number? Let's say user can type C123456 or else my client number C123456. They can give any of the way. So how will AI will respond for this? Here you see. If it is a C, it will identify it's a client, and it's a number, it will get the number separate. Here we have two times we have the client intent. Something like that. Here you see the percentage of the confidence. So we can actually have it also. We say this one is 1%. That means exactly it's a number. And client number, let's say C. I define C is a 1%. If it is start with C and it's a client number, so it's also 1%. But when I say client instead of client number, it will get 0.752% of trust on the data, accuracy on the data. This is what in ML they call confidence of the data.
So again, this 0.75 indicates what? Sorry, can you explain this 0.75 what it means?
These points, when the user gives some input, how much is matched with the defined groups, defined models.
It's like exact match.
Exact match or
1.0,
Chatbot is
100%
taking the
match.
values.
here you see, here I am defining the intent. I can use this all keywords. I am handling all these keywords in my code. It will respond when I say address, code, CMP, contact, phone number.
So it can even be multilingual, all the tags can be added here.
You can add.
So, let's say, see, recognition has the synonym RES, right?
Yes.
Now, there may be a place where we say address, then we say RES also. Then, when the accuracy comes, right?
Yeah, it will come down. It will not be 1, it is below 1.
Multiple.
That time, if you have two things, so it's like it's my knowledge. I'm getting confused whether it's a residence or a.
But will it
Resignation.
match with any other words?
It will try to-
before, after.
Yeah, it will try to get more.
Yeah, Rishi, and it will always reply, like it will give out the intent in a single reply. It will not give two. Like we say.
No, actually, his point is RES is I defined as a one intent,
One
right?
intent.
Address will have RES value, and RES is a separate value also.
Okay.
But how it's identifying the things? The NLP will identify these things differently. Let's say I'm typing address, it contains RES, but it's a whole word because I didn't give any space in between. So it will consider the word and it will perform NLP.
And also it shows less than one because there is an RES is somewhere else also. So it understood there is somewhere else, but now the context is almost equivalent is this.
When I type RES,
Now it is less because RES is in a address also.
because the point will differ based on the data which we are comparing in the model. Let's say in the intent model, let's say in the RES model, I define multiple number of values. It comparing with all the values and it will give the confidence. The model is defined with some default values.
And that's the reason when we design a repository, the ambiguity should not be there much. Try to minimize your ambiguity.
here we have some more keyword matching, let's say, techniques in NLP. Here, this one we have something like, this one is keyword matching. There's another thing called free text search and another one called trait. Here you see trait, free text and keywords, free text and keywords only. These are the lookup strategies for the particular intent. So these four things will act in a different way. If we go with the AI docs, you can find so many things about this search criteria. Here you see these are some of the sample things we used. That means given by the AI. These are the things we can get from the data. Let's say what is the weather tomorrow, what is the weather on Wednesday, what is the weather on April 6th. All these three questions might be in the same intent. That means on Wednesday, what is the weather? That's a common intent. So we can define and we can get the intent, something like weather on which day. Tomorrow means from the current date it will give the next day date. It will return some value, something like that. This is where the NLP playing a crucial role in the chatbots. In Bit AI, we have voice-based NLP also. Instead of sending text, we can send voices. So
how is this integrated with the Node.js?
Yes. I am creating a dictionary. This is called NLP dictionary. This dictionary have the API called integration. After the queue, you can send your text data. It will give return with the JSON format type output to you. What are the intents are there? What is the value? Something like that it will use.
So this code need to be configured in Node.js and
Yes.
pass the keyword.
Here, here I have created a function called askWith. So it will have the URL and the text message, and it will respond with the values. So, in bit A, we can see the logs. When I click this is the income. These are the text which we receive for NLP. Here, this will be the outcome of the NLP. This is a JSON data. Entities, intent, and the confidence value. And here, the body is leave. The user asking about leave. It will suggesting the leaves. Okay. You can click any of the leave and you can want to know. It's a parental leave. It will tell about the parental leave. Something like that. So, how I handle this? With this, I handle with this output. Right? This is how NLP will impact on the chatbots. The main concept is how we are connecting any chat platform with our application and how we are handling the user intents to create a successful chat. And please drop your feedbacks and things in the below URL. So, thank you.
Concluding the session, today we seen about two topics. One is about a tool topic, which is a Catalan tool. The second one is a technology chatbot. Like this, we'll be sharing knowledges about the new studios or tools coming in, and also the technologies coming in. Next thing we want to say is out of the things, we can even talk about the new approaches to the solutions. RPA is a solution kind of a related topic. Solution topics we can discuss, and also a kind of a news related topic. Like these are the it's not a tool yet or a technology yet. It is going to be future concept based topics we can discuss. So now we have created a platform where we can actually share the ideas. So ideas may differ in case, but the sharing is a sharing. So what happens here is Dushi was knowing the chatbot. So he actually created a base here today to let us know what is a chatbot. So previously we'll be having a different kind of an idea, and we'll not be still we'll be having libraries and stuff. We don't know how to start up the stuff. So these things will be helpful for us. We cannot wholly accommodate all the things that we know about chatbot. We can give an intro about the chatbot. Considering some topics, it will be a kind of a huge kind of a topics, so which will be split into sessions that we can do. So concluding today's topic, you can please drop the feedbacks as we are starting up. We'll have to keep on improvising, and we'll have to add up the things so that it will be a more useful kind of a thing. Everyone will be having different mindsets. I'm not from technical. Don't go into technical. If you are going into technical, give an outline so that I will be connected to the technical things. So those kind of feedbacks will be helpful. So because next time if we convoke for a presentation, we don't want to create a gap kind of things. We want to close up the gaps, keeping on close up the gaps, so that what we are trying to do, it will reach the people attending. So if you have any kind of topics that you want to discuss, please drop in the feedback mentioning that this topics will be helpful. And please make a note that about the topic, so that we'll be clarifying, and drop your contact details so that we can contact you and gather the information about the topics.
Actually, I would like to convey one more thing. From the next KG Tech Talk, we will deploy a website there you can register your topics. If you are submitting any topics, you can register yourself, and from the first come first basis, we will allot the session for the next people, and next session we will allot the schedule as well. And hope we plan to deploy a website also, so you can review the old Tech Talk events in a video, and at the same time you will get the PPT also.
Drop suggestions for top, like the headings for the Tech Talk. Like Tech Talk is something we came up with. If you have
Any other suggestion?
any other suggestions, please drop it. Whatever the suggestions regarding the topics, please discuss and let the spread, let the message spread. So next thing is if from the crowd, if someone wants to convey something about the today's session, or if they want to convey something about a suggestion to the crowd, please do.
And I would request not using this, it's my request, better use Yammer, because Yammer is our own platform. We can use in a better manner, because we have already the service. I think we all know how effective it is, and a lot of people will look into that, and it will motivate others to do that also. This may not be, for only for Malaysia. Looking at this forum, in the Yammer, they have to do it in elsewhere also. So, and it will convey a lot of message. We can share this PPT in Yammer, because it's our own platform. How many people are in Yammer?
So,
Please log in and then you just create one KG Tech Talk, whatever it is, or whatever the name you want to keep it. And then we'll put it for all KG employees, right? All company employees thing. That will help you to cater to everyone. Others go and like it, and it will be circulated in our Malaysia group as well as on-site group, so that everybody will come to know what is happening.
Actually, we are planning this Tech Talk event for the public and to come and present with the external people, those who are the developers who are around KL. They can also come and talk about some technical things.
Knowledge sharing is
It's like a knowledge sharing.
new
No,
technologies.
that's already discussed. That's the reason that website concept is asked.
So very soon we will develop the website and we will deploy it.
Knowledge sharing in any means is welcome.
And the other thing I was I was asking these guys, like next level of that you have to catalog. Catalan is another good area to explore, because somebody who is semi-tech, they want to explore, which is the easiest tool, where you have a configurable interest. You just need to configure, you don't need to code much. In those category you can pick it up. Maybe you can take, it's my suggestion or my request would be, we are doing it for only once in a month, that last Saturday. If you want to learn this specially for this, maybe you can talk to him and arrange particular meeting either on a Saturday or in an online also we can do it. We can enable our own Skype for an online presentation with video configured and everything. We can do it. Even if somebody can't attend for a 2-hour session, you don't need to travel from long time. Just be at your home, get into your Skype, just watch what is there. Is that good?
Yeah,
Good
good.
suggestion.
Because one day it will not be enough. Maybe
This is
technical
an introduction kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So introduction, and maybe to the extent of the next level we can take it from here. But whoever has an interest, they can get in touch with them. We can initiate a call every week, 1 hour you want, we can initiate. And the next level we were talking about a machine learning. Soon you will get a good news on that. Somebody from outsider, I'll get a permission and they will come and teach you. Whoever is interested, they can go on that. And Python, I'm still struggling. Someone who's good at it, maybe
Again, Dushi.
Dushi and all those people, they can start. Better, this is a stepstone for you. Python is another big hit going forward, which is going to be backbone for everything. Anything you talk, Python will be the future.
And again, like in Malaysia, RPA is becoming big. So like RPA experts here, Jyoti, Dushi, Parthiban, Ajit,
Even Raghu.
Hemant, whatever the ideas you have come across RPA, everyone will be developing these things. but everyone will be having a specific style of developing, and everything will be a specific style of approaching a solution. The solution providing is the base, the technology is the second level. So solution providing will be differing person to person. So if they explain how their developing style is, we can catch some things and we can just put the things together, so it will be a built-in solution. So
RPA, what we planned was, still in a discussion, how we are doing a training to the other company. We are a registered training partner, right? For a UI part, we will be traveling to the client place and we'll give a training. Same kind of a training we are going to initiate. For that, we are going to come up with basic eligibility easy. You need to pass online UiPath Academy. That's basic. It's a very good tool, and we are not going to restrict to you are from the different sector, you should not. No, not like that. Even though you are not technical, you can learn this. We'll make sure that non-technical guy learns this. Maybe it is 2 months, but again, it is your interest. We don't want to force you on that. If you have interest, obviously you can talk to any one of these guys and get in touch with the Malaysia group. My SMS saying, communicate to your friends also. It is openly available. Anybody can learn. We'll enable this.
If possible, we'll create a COT team. So they'll be organizing the things which needs to be done.
Center of Technology. COE is excellence.
Yeah,
it's for everything, but let us put it as a specific to technology. Center of Technology. We don't want to constrain to Dushi. Sorry, I'm just taking the name Dushi, Raghu or Parthi or whomever it is. Please come up with some topic and take it up. None of the knowledge is a waste. You can teach us.
Do you want to listen to the story?
And anybody from Alliance, ADF, we want to learn ADF. I know it is a 130 plus components are there, and then again it is a configuration, little bit of a coding. I think most people already have it, and it is easy to teach to RPA guys because I know both the tools they worked on, so it is dead easy to teach them. So try taking the next section. That would be, because you have something in mind.
I can't think of anything now. But in my top,
how many people
Just
know
thinking.
Ashwin Bose? Ashwin Bose is almost the starter of the KG from here, right?
No. In 2014, actually, starter of the KG is in Malaysia is Andrew.
Andrews. No,
Is Andrew.
that group, not talking about a big group. Here.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah,
group
okay.
almost starter. Okay, so you can ask whatever the questions, and how the corporate, especially in insurance sector, we have a SME here, and there are a lot of other SMEs also. Clients SME, RAM. So he's an automation in the sense like automation testing, and he's from RPA, and he's from RPA. There is Anmo guy, Jyoti, and you're from Taylor's University. SharePoint, good.
SharePoint.
So SharePoint also we need to start. Somewhere who knows the .NET is easy for them, right? Okay.
Yeah, now itself we named 2-3 technologies: RPA, ADF, SharePoint. We expect this to be in the topics.
You want a fun in life? There are 2 persons. First person would be Hemant, and in a good note, okay?
The next person?
I don't want to name it. By default, everybody knows. He's a good buddy. So everyone likes him.
Yeah, sorry to take up your time in the weekends, but the thing is everyone is busy in the weekdays. So if we want to,
That's what we can plan it. If somebody has an enthusiastic to learn, we can initiate that Skype training call. 1 hour, 1.5 hour, how much of it is?
Actually, my suggestion is instead of going with a Skype, when we gather something like this and we are sharing some knowledge, we'll especially it creates some bonding, and also
If
when we
you are
compare
interested,
to
we can at least arrange one meeting.
No, this
with
is
someone.
good.
Same.
This will happen, but the people who can't come in because we can't
that's
ask
why
them to come.
we will give something like
Yeah,
that's
live
right.
streaming and everything. For
And
next
still,
time.
if you have any doubt, you can come with us. then we'll ready to.
Once Yammer and website is ready, we can post lot of contents, and then they can come back with the questions and answers. I don't know how many people reads, but we'll try. We'll try and then we'll
Yeah.
seed it. Let us seed something. So, Ram, Karthik, anything from your experience, right?
Just feedback.
Feedback, please provide like.
Please, yeah, actually, we are just giving a squirrel's share to what Prasad has a dream.
Yeah.
Because we are doing nothing, but let us do something which can be accommodated. That's it.
No, actually, what Parthiban has shared one is actually it's a very good thing, because already I am planning for our automation and regression to avoid when there was big project releases, there is a lot of issues we are facing after the go live, because they don't have a proper timeline to do all the regressions. So we already planning. So based on the Parthiban one, it is a good to have also, and also the chatbot is necessary for the insurance
Yes.
portals.
No,
So
this
those
is-
chatbots can be used in the insurance portal when they have queries and for claim, and also they are using IVRs for the claim processing and for NCD things they are also using, but they don't have a chatbot.
Yeah.
So this can be bring up to the clients.
The NCD thing you can talk to because we have done one bot
Mhm.
and we won an award from AXA.
Okay.
Just maybe you were there in
But
the
currently they are already using IVR.
no, that is for a calls.
Mm.
But after that, what happens is a manual.
Background
But
process.
that background processing we already have. a
We
bot
already
or
automated
NCD.
the background process of
Okay,
NCD.
okay.
So actually, these are all the things what
Mm.
we talked about a COT, Center of
Mm.
Technologists. We will form a group where you guys can discuss and then come up, like not just in this training meeting.
Mm.
After even you go to the floor, you want to have some more technology suggestion. He
Mm.
can't travel, no, always
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he is in a client place. But somewhere this technology group will help you to give them an answers and find a solution immediately. Because when I go to the customer's place in Indonesia somewhere, I ping him and he will get the solution for me. I understand only technical part. I mean, not technical, management part, and I'll explain it. When I come back again, he will do it. After that only we thought, okay, let us put somewhere where everybody, whoever is free, will do it. The COT will help for whatever you planning for.
So I already spoke to Parthiban that we have a plan to
Good.
start that one.
Actually, this is the success of this meeting. When we come up, when we present some ideas, on the time this can be present to some of the clients, and this can be brought to some of the clients, and we can show the demo. We can get some business. This is what and another way of success.
Still
For
we are
us,
sharing our
we are sharing
Mhm.
the knowledge, and during the sharing, we learn some more things for it.
As I mentioned in the starting of meeting, when you like in your home ground, like in your client places, if something is going on, you'll be relating with your technology, like what we can, like this problem is there, we know that the problem is there. We should know the approach, what we should give. So this is helpful in that way. So it is also like for self-learning purpose and self-evaluation kind of things. You know the rest of the story.
Any other topic other than the technical you want to discuss?
So for blank, later if anything I will share.
Actually, what I was feeling, I'll tell you. A lot of people who comes from the technology background, domain is a challenge.
Okay.
Should we include?
Would be happy to, if there is an audience, we can do.
What else? Domain, insurance domain, banking domain. Any thought?
Actually, in all the other MNC companies will do this kind of meetups, and they will focus on developer perspective. But in some other companies, they will do in the BA and QA perspective also. They are explaining how the project can be managed and what are the new management ideas that we have. Let's say microservices architecture. Many of them don't know what is microservices architecture and how the plan could be given for a microservice architecture for a problem. So that can be, we can discuss. We can something in a BA level. For BA, they can come up with something, the presentation, something like that.
Sure.
Is it the domain will be very helpful actually. Anyway, we are working in the insurance application or
But the
any
people who
others.
comes new,
Yeah,
they should
but
be.
if you know very well, but Ashwin know everything. Like he knows the insurance complete domain. So if he explain the detail, like
Yes.
anyway, sometimes we will work few scenarios, sometimes we will not work. So we can get knowledge from him,
Yes.
and any other domain also we are
We
working
can do
on.
that. Extra meeting.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think in that way, time
Definitely.
we will call offshore guys also who will want to join, let them join through Skype or whatever the meeting, or maybe through,
The audience will be increased.
yeah.
Definitely.
So let them sit there.
Yeah.
Wherever they are, let them sit there and then talk.
And also spread the feedback for your colleagues and ask them to come in the next session. So they may know somehow, they may express in some other ways.
Maybe this
They
group
can
today, this group you put the feedback.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
And Yammer, don't forget, please. Yammer is our own platform. It is a dream of a management. It is yet to, take off.
Hope the like monthly meetings increase to weekly
Yes.
and weekly twice. Like let it grow.
Yeah.
We expect so. We won't expect things like you us like to ask like what is this, like take a topic in this. We want us like you. I want you guys to keep us busy.
in the weekends.
Okay. One time we'll go for lunch. You want something related to RP you want to fetch up, or anything related to domain, few touch-ups where you have a challenge currently?
We'll stop the stream.
We'll stop. Good.